Lou, we're reaching Spirit Chronicles levels here. What a jerk. I don't know. It's just I felt really angry at Lou this episode, and it really kind of just revolves around his treatment of Tart. It was honestly, man, I was so mad. I was so mad when he left her. We already just got done with Maha talking to Lou about this whole idea of, reciprocating in some way to Tart because she bottles it up. Let me correct myself here, because this could be a cool move. If the writer is really thinking this out and he's just not just playing Lou out to be a jerk right now, this could be for a reason. I don't think it's going to happen, but what is the chances that Tart does what Maha says and blows up? What if she finally has that moment where she snaps and we have Tart lash out in some way? It could be a cool move, but until that happens, I'm just going to say Lou's a jerk. Just a real jerk. But it was interesting because it does bring up a lot of questions. In episode 11, World's Finest Assassin, it brings up a lot of interesting questions. And it's funny because I don't think I necessarily have, I don't know why, I never really connected the whole aspect of the girls essentially being what Lou used to be. I don't know why. I don't know why it never really connected to me until Tart started putting it into words. Tart literally this episode put into words exactly how Lou used to be. And again, I don't know if the writer's planning on acting on this, because it could be really cool. At some point, I don't know, having Tart do something foolish, act like an actual tool, and Lou stopping her to realize, hey, you're what I used to be. Stop being that. But I don't think it's really going that direction yet, anyways, because it technically has been playing this entire story out to Lou wants to do his own thing now. He'll no longer be a tool, but he's going to use other people as tools, which is completely hypocritical, but he's doing it knowingly. It's not as if he's doing it because, I don't think there's going to be a point where Lou goes, oh crap, I just realized I've been doing the same thing my organization did to me last, life. Now, I don't know that it's going to go that direction. It could, but it does bring up the important question. How hypocritical can you be, Lou? Because you're now what you hated. You're now the person that is using people like tools to discard them. Now he'll probably claim I wouldn't discard them like that. Could. Are you getting that point? Are you that person? Are you what you hated the most from your previous life? Are you your own regrets, essentially? It's an interesting question, and I'm curious if they'll ever actually address it, because it seems like right now Tart is putting his old life into words. She literally laid it out. But again, it was a really crappy scene when he doesn't even say thank you, or he's like, yeah, now I haven't used any of my energy. Peace out. And he just leaves, and Tart's just crying. It's like, what again, I had complete flashbacks of Spirit Chronicles. I'm like, there it is. There's a Spirit Chronicles scene. He just leaves the girl behind, and she's crying because he never reciprocated her love. Just later, peace out. I gotta go do this. I gotta go over here. D is over here. But no, I was starting out from the beginning of the episode, I'm actually surprised that they did what they did at the very beginning. Like with the last episode, we left it pretty much, guy shows up, says, hey, we need to kill Dia. And like I said, I was assuming it was going to go in the route of, okay, well, Lou's going to establish she's not worth killing, and then he's going to fake her death. Which he does do. He's going to fake her death. But it was the lead up to that, which I thought was a little more clever than I originally anticipated. It turns into, no, his father, essentially trying to return a favor, is going out of his way to either allow Lou to do this mission or do it himself. He wants to go save Dia to return the favor to the clan, or the Count, because the Count did something for him in the past, which is obviously tied into the fact that, oh yeah, by the way, your mother is from that family. So by the way, Dia is your cousin. Not your sister, but he's your cousin, because yes. And I don't know, again, I don't know why I didn't connect that either, that the silver hair is literally within that Count, that family, that bloodline. So yes, it does technically make sense that the mother and Dia look pretty similar. They both have the same eyes and everything, and the hair, at least the way that her eyes are, they kind of look a little bit dead in a way. I guess it's supposed to be beautiful, but no, it looks pretty dead-eyed. That stare they do, I'm sorry, it's the stare they do. It's like, I get that feeling of like being entranced, but geez. But it was cool that it turns into a thing of more of the father wants to return this favor. He wants to save Dia. Obviously, he's a step brother or something. Anyways, he's married into that family in a way because the mother is a part of that family. So to have him actually wanting to go out of his way, and it turned into a thing of, no, we don't want you to kill Dia. I'm sorry for making you think that when I first brought it up. It was more of a thing, we want you to go there and fake her death. And so he is, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. But it turns into this whole thing about how they were gonna give up Dia to this other family the envoys that came to take her were killed by their people. Their people would not allow it to happen. Like they chose to protect Dia rather than to give her up. They created a civil war, and to stop the war, they need to put the family down. Which again was kind of into my thought process, is that the only way to stop this war is to essentially let it fall. Which sucks, but at the same time, there's no real other options here, especially since, again, we've established previously the hero's involved. So I do still think the hero's going to get involved. I think this next episode is probably going to be the process of faking Dia's death, but he's probably going to still run into the hero. I swear they need to have the hero show up before the show ends. And I think the thing that's hinting me towards that also is the fact that Maha got a letter at the very end, and it's something to do with the treasure, which probably implies that the hero's there and he has it. But yeah, this is when we get into the whole process of him traveling. Tart basically creates a windshield to allow him to travel without that kind of resistance. And yeah, there in this entire running sequence, she's pushing herself further and further and recounting the fact that she wants to be a tool for him. Because Lu is not wanting to be a tool and that he's wanting to choose his own and he wants to have regrets, she's going to be the ultimate tool for him. Which was kind of a weird line of thought, but because Lu's doing this and I want him to have what he wants, I'll be the tool instead. I'll be the ultimate tool and help him with this. But again, playing into what Lu used to be, she is now that. And again, yes, that whole scene with him leaving her behind like discarded goods, just release the clip and keep moving and just discard it. It angered me so much. Anyways, I'm not gonna get back into that. And then when he arrives, he realizes there's like only 200 people guarding the place, but there's 1,500 people out there. And so why are they so afraid? Oh, by the way, I gave Dia this new technology and they're afraid of it, honestly. So he decides to create this pincer attack, essentially, between her and him to pretty much take down people. It was surprising because he started using the Fairstones, but they're not as potent as they used to be. So I guess he was, like, preventing them from being too potent because, like, when he used it with Dia, it literally looked like it was going to destroy, like, half a city. And now he's using them and they're literally just hand grenades. So it's like, okay, yes, the idea is him creating a grenade launcher, but it was, I thought it was going to wipe out everybody with one of them, but no, he's just going to go dook, dook, dook. But yes, he goes in there. Dia's happy to see him, and that's pretty much it for the episode. The other thing that they had in this episode is they looked at the goddess again, which was surprising. It pretty much picked up where it left off with the last episode, where we kind of had this brief scene of her calling into this database, or this reporting in, essentially, and she was calling it as being the system to prevent a disaster, the hero's rampage, basically, and that she's bringing in professionals of the highest chance of success, and that she has finally found a soul that is suitable for stopping the hero's rampage, and that she is now waiting its death. So I'm assuming it's saying it's because we don't really. I think again we're implying that it's going to be this guy that Maha found, but it's not 100%, which I'm curious if that will be the thing. One interesting theory that I have for the final episode, or at least this part of the story, is that we will get the arrival of the hero, and Lu will have to fight off the hero, and it's going to make it out as if it is the hero, which is this guy that Maha found. But what if it's not him? What if Lu takes him down, we go, oh crap, he took out the hero. For one, how could he? And two, he's not technically the point to saving the world yet, which is counter to what the goddess wanted. But then we find out, oh, because it wasn't the hero. They just thought it was the hero. That would be a cool way of having us find the hero but not find the hero. Because again, unless there's some way of like tricking the hero and getting away from him, we kind of need that to, I guess, cap in the end of the series itself. So, but we'll see. But that's my thoughts on episode 11 of World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated into Another World as a Aristocrat. I hope you guys enjoyed this impressions. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you can. Support us on Patreon if you can. We definitely appreciate everybody that does. And y'all take care.